In the previous lesson, we learned why DNS exists. We saw that human uses names like google.com while computer uses the number or the IP addresses. Now let's see how this name actually gets translated into an IP address. In other words, how the name resolution process works. Imagine you open your browser and type www.example.com. The first thing your computer does is ask a very simple question. What is the IP address of www.example.com? Now there are multiple options your computer tries in a sequence. First, it looks into your computer's cache or browser's cache to see if it already knows the IP address. If you have visited www.example.com recently, there is a good chance your computer has saved that information. If it finds there, great. The process stops right there and your browser connects to that IP address. But let's suppose it doesn't find the IP address in the cache. The next step is to check the host file. Every computer has this host file. It is a simple text file that can manually map the domain names to an IP address. To see the host file of your own computer, you can go to location, C, Windows, System32, drivers, and then etc. Here is the host file of my computer. If I open it with the text editor, you can see the details. Now every line starting with the hash is just a comment and will not be considered as any DNS entry. Now at the bottom, we will try to add the sample domain name, which actually does not exist, but just for our understanding, I am doing this. So let's add 192.168.1.222 and we will map the domain name www.example.com to it. Now before I make any changes to this host file, let's check if my computer is able to resolve the IP address. So let's open my command prompt and try to ping www.example.com. Now we got the error saying ping request could not find the host www.example.com. Please check the name and try again. That means my computer is not able to find the IP address for this domain. Now let's save the host file with our added data and then we will try to ping the domain name www.example.com. We have saved this file and let's try to ping our domain. Now we can see that we are getting some output here and my computer is trying to ping IP address 192.168.1.222 which we configured in the host file. This means when I entered the command ping www.example.com, my computer checked the host file and from there it found that the IP address is 192.168.1.222 and then it initiated the ping for that IP. So this was about the host file. Now let's suppose your computer cache or browser cache or the host file does not have any entry. In that case, your computer reaches out to the helper on the network called DNS resolver or local DNS server. A DNS resolver or local DNS server is usually provided by your internet service provider. You might be using the public one like 8.8.8.8 or 1.1.1.1. To check that, open your command prompt and enter ipconfig /all and you will find your resolver or the local DNS server IP. Whenever your computer sends a request to this server, your computer says, "Hey LDNS, can you please find the IP address for this www.example.com domain?" And from there, LDNS responsibility to provide you an IP address. Finally, once your computer gets the IP address from the LDNS, Your browser uses that to connect to the web server, and then your website gets loaded. Point to remember here is DNS itself does not deliver the website data. It just tells your computer where to find that website by providing the IP address. It is just like getting the correct address before starting your journey.